Alright, Crypto 101 here, and in this session I'm going to show you what I think is going to be the next coin that's going to have a bullish run, a massive rally right after Ripple. So stick around and I'll let you guys know. Alright, so we have some really exciting times here. Ripple broke out to about 50, 55, 60% in the past 2 days. And this is something that hasn't happened for quite a long time, and we've been waiting for something like this to create some excitement in the crypto space. And I haven't even made videos because I don't want to make videos and talk about projects and technology, and at the same time when people are hearing this they invest into it and the price is dropping because we're in a bear market. I'd rather just lay low and wait until the right time to even bring this up, because right now we have pretty much hit rock bottom on altcoins. This is my personal belief. It's gone to the point where it's so low I just can't see it going any lower because it's just so cheap that people will FOMO in at any lower prices. I mean, seeing Ethereum at 170, I hopped on that right away. I bought more, made my money, and I'll still buy more if it ever gets down any lower, right? Alright, so Ripple, I got in at about 38 cents. I was waiting for a confirmation to just see if this is just a quick bounce, but it was not. So I seen this take off around 38, and I never would recommend investing into anything beginning a rally. That's questionable at the moment. So what I did is simply just invest less because I don't like to invest while it's pumping. I'd rather buy over here, you know, when it's slow, steady, and when it's actually going down. But best time is when it's consolidating, when it's just going sideways, there's not too much activity and no one's talking about too much. That's the time to start buying up and accumulate, because these breakouts will eventually happen. You just gotta find a great time and low price to buy it in at. But getting in for Ripple, this is an exception because I've been waiting for this moment for quite a long time. So it requires so much patience, months you have to wait for this kind of breakout to happen. Because I remember the 2 previous times this happens, their breakouts were astronomical. It just went to levels I'd never seen before in the crypto space, and I always remember those. The thing is, I'm not sure if other people remember it, because when they see a breakout like this, they think that it's just another bounce. You know, they saw a little breakout. Okay, so here I was like questionable, but once it got to this point, I was like, wait a minute, that candle was a lot longer, if you see on the daily, than the previous candles when it broke out, right? So this is not something where I thought it was a bounce, and I thought it was actually a rally happening. So I got in at 38 cents, somewhere around here, and it took off right away. You see this wick right here, that's a little too long of a wick. It went too high too fast and it dropped, collapsed. We'll see. No one knows what's going to happen. Honestly, I'm leaning towards a side where it's going to actually correct for a little bit, let it cool down before it breaks out again. I think another massive bull run will happen for Ripple. This is just a start. After waiting for months, we haven't seen anything higher than a 35 or 40% gain in 24 hours, right? So this is the catalyst, in my opinion. You know, this is what's actually waking people up to get back into crypto and getting focused and engaged. So let me show you why I bought into Ripple even when the price was pumping. It's because these kind of breakouts. This is happening in May in 2017. This is when I first, you know, just started crypto. It went all the way up to somewhere about 40 cents. That was at its peak, and then right after that it just kept collapsing. A little bounce here, but it continued to die off, and that was the pattern. That's the cycle that we've seen, right? And then we have to wait months for the next time it broke out. And the next big time it broke out was in December. That's when it started, December towards January. All right, so it took quite a long time before that happened, almost like 10 months before the next breakout. So I'm looking for a massive breakout, not just a little bounce, because I needed that signal to tell me that this is it. So I got in, and I did have to pull out because I feel like this is just way overbought here. And it went parabolic, so just let it cool down, but I'm leaning towards the fact that it might break out again soon. No one knows, but I'm gonna take my chances with that. It'll be nice to get into another entry position, you know, wait until it's consolidated a little bit and just see how things go. But what I did want to show you here is the dominance that's happening. Okay, so right now Bitcoin is at 51% dominance. At its highest previously, it was at 57. All right, I did not think that Bitcoin would get that high in dominance. All right, so we're all pretty shocked because I thought that Bitcoin's dominance would have just end up right over here, somewhere closer to this level, but it exceeded that by far, even doubled it, ended at 57%. At this point, I personally feel that it's a little too high on Bitcoin's dominance. Altcoins are just way too cheap to pass up at this moment. And right now, Ripple started the catalyst. That's what I feel. So with Ripple coming out this strong, I'm thinking that it has more room for another breakout to something like your dominance level like January, about a 16% dominance. Right now we're only at 10, which is still surprisingly good. And back in May of 2017, they had up to a 21% dominance. So that's pretty amazing. Even back here in 2015, you have Ripple taking dominance at 13. So this happens every once in a while, but I feel like right now it's just the start of it. It could continue on. That's what I personally feel. No one really knows, but we will see. Just let time tell. But what I did want to show you guys is not just Ripple. I want to show you guys Ethereum, because Ethereum is very cheap right now, considering that it was at 1400 at one point. But the fact that after Ripple breaks out, you can notice right here, Ethereum breaks out even more. Same thing over here. Ripple breaks out, Ethereum breaks out after. And this happens days after Ripple does its thing. And you guys can see after Ethereum breaks out, you have Bitcoin take over and Ethereum breaks down. Same thing over here. Ethereum breaks out, and then when it breaks down, Bitcoin takes over. It's pretty much the money flows into one place to the next. It doesn't stay at the same place forever. Alright, it has to keep transferring back and forth. That's the only way people can make money in this space, and it'll always be like that. So Bitcoin, their dominance has been going on for quite a long time right now. The price is cheap on altcoins. Ethereum is cheap, 250. Ripple, pretty cheap, but I mean, after a breakout, it's kind of hard to say you should still get in right now, but I'll wait for the price to drop. Well, you gotta hold some because XRapid could start in a month. Their product is gonna be launched for all the banks to use. If you could use any bank to transfer XRP cross borders, from US to China, for example, want to pay my manufacturers for some products, I could send it through XRapid using XRP. Imagine using USD at a bank, transferring to XRP, sent over to China, and then from China, their XRP transfers into their Chinese currency, which is RMB, and into my manufacturer. That would just increase the speed of my whole supply line, because I usually have to wait about 1 to 2 days for the payment to process and for them to start the production of my products. So I do e-commerce, all right? So it's a much better system, also cheaper, and I wish I had that now, because it costs me about $45 for each wire transfer. That takes 2 or 3 days. That doesn't make any sense if there's a better technology that's faster and cheaper, right? So once XRapid gets out, it's going to change the game throughout the entire world. Everything will move a little faster. It'll be a little more smooth, right? It'll be cheaper. It'll just make more sense. All right, so for whoever is thinking that Ethereum is going to zero, you guys got to stop listening to all that FUD fake news. And even Vitalik trying to support this FUD on Ethereum being obsolete, don't listen to that, because the transactions are higher than Bitcoin. That's all you have to see for proof. Okay, so you have 544,000 transaction in the recent day, and this one, it says 272 Bitcoin transactions. All right, so you're talking about twice as much transactions going on with Ethereum versus the Godfather Bitcoin. How do you compete with that? There are twice as much people using it, twice as much transactions. It's like, it's not going away. The network effect's there. I was able to buy more Ethereum today because of this thought about what usually happens in the last 2 cycles. Ethereum usually breaks out right after Ripple. All right, so I was able to convert a bunch of my altcoins on Binance to Ethereum. It's already paired, you know, VeChain, EOS, ICX. I can instantly trade it into Ethereum because it's used everywhere. I don't see how it could just be obsolete. Too many people are using it. I don't know what all the FUD is about and why all the fake news, but I'm sure somebody want to drop the price so they can start accumulating it very low. And at this point, 240, still pretty low. I bought it at 170. Actually, I was cost dollar averaging all the way down, and I took some nice profit as it bounced back up, but I was getting as low as 170, and I don't think it could get much cheaper. I'm like, I'll buy as much as I can if I see it at $100. All right, so forget the fake news. You guys gotta watch what you listen to, and just look at the numbers. Look at the facts. All right, don't listen to potentially credible information from somebody that can be bought. Even the owner of Ethereum saying that it could be obsolete. Sure, the technology is not going to be as fast, right, than some of the new blockchain 3.0s, but hey, look how slow Bitcoin is, and it's still dominating. It doesn't matter. So that's something I just want you guys to actually watch for, because hey, it happened several times before, it might happen again. But right now it's actually a good time to keep an eye on it, because it's already dropped to such low levels, and it's time for Ethereum to turn around, and it always does. Right, you can already see the price here, it's still at the low levels. All right, so could it go lower? Maybe, but I don't see how much lower it can go. It always comes back. Forget the FUD and the fake news about Ethereum. Keep a close eye on it. There's going to be some massive action, price action, that's going to be happening soon, so stay tuned for that. So let me know what you guys think might be the next coin that will start rallying. Do you guys think Bitcoin is just going to get dumped again and everything drops all over? Who knows, right? But hey, share your thoughts on the comments below. I'd love to hear them, and I'll see you on the next video. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I always update you guys with some of my best information, alright? So I don't just keep putting out videos if it doesn't have any value. I'll wait for the best time to give you guys the best, so make sure you hit the notification button on top as well.